All right, so it's been a very busy weekend here in the Western world. We had several mass shootings, one in Dayton, one in El Paso, apparently a couple in Chicago, which no one's talking about. Um, Now, the media is justifiably so bringing up the El Paso shooter's interest in white nationalism and his ideology and his reason for doing it. And yeah, it was a terrorist attack. Um, However, when it comes to the Dayton, there's this obvious, well, let's just say omission with regards to the shooter in Dayton. He was a leftist. He was arming himself. Tim Pool, I'm just watching this video. Props to Tim Pool here, man. Second Civil War is coming, and he brings up into focus a lot of the tweets made by the shooter and his support for Elizabeth Warren, sorry, and his comments about arming and training, when it comes to resisting Trump, basically. That's mysteriously absent from the media's narrative. With the exception, I'll say this much, of CNN, because I did see a little headline they made where they brought that up. But yeah, so, all right, so it's not a surprise. I mean, the media is not going to focus on the left-wing violence, such as the Antifa shooter in shit. I can't remember where that was, but it's no surprise. Now, speaking of bias, I'm going to say this. This video is about Trump and this whole condemnation of racists. It just goes to show you that these people on the far left, they don't really care about Trump condemning racism. They don't. They just want him to fail. They want the country to fail so that they can blame it on Trump. And, if Trump were to do everything they asked for in terms of talking points, it wouldn't matter. The goalposts would go this way, they'd go that way. It wouldn't matter, right? So everyone's talking about how Trump doesn't condemn racism and white supremacy, and when he comes out and he does that, it's there's some sort of excuse why he still didn't do enough. And I'm here to say that Trump's been doing this from the very beginning of his presidency. And, I guess a lot of people forgot the 60 Minutes interview he did. And I was thinking about that. So I thought I'd hit the old Google machine here, right? And I put Trump's first interview after election tells people to stop, right? A lot of people probably don't remember this interview. And what are my results here? Well, I got Donald Trump inside the White House with the president. And reading the little blurb here, it looks like it has nothing to do with the interview. Then interview with Time Magazine on 2020. Not what I was looking for. Donald Trump's long history of racism. Vox. The most powerful search engine on the planet. I'm typing in something very specific of something the president said, and I get a Vox article. Fourth, all of Trump's false misleading claims. Whatever, not what I was looking for. American Carnage. Again, not what I'm looking for. Donald Trump wiki quote. Didn't even open it. Trump to supporters harassing minorities. Stop it. Finally, this is what I was looking for. And I'm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, seventh link down from the top on a Google search. The most powerful search engine, apparently. But nay, there's no bias here, right? So, I can't stand Google, and I will often use Yahoo, and I just started doing that recently within the past year because Google just skews the shit out of everything. And what do I get? I get on the third link on Yahoo, okay? Exactly what I'm looking for. And here's a little thumbnail here of the interview in question. So my man DJT, people keep talking about how he's not condemning racism and whatnot, or he's calling them very fine people, even though, they'll take a snippet of a quote and use that as some sort of praise of white supremacists. And he condemned them totally, which is what he said. I condemn them totally. The white supremacists and the KKK. Anyways, let's play this.
I'll say it right to the camera. Stop it. In his first interview since winning the election, the president-elect wants everyone to just knock it off.
They're harassing Latinos, Muslims.
I am so saddened to hear that, and I say stop it.
The 60 Minutes interview took...
There you go. That's the first interview after being sworn into office, and he's telling people to stop it. But the leftists, the anti-Trumpers, the Trump derangement syndrome sufferers, they'll never, ever bring that up. And if you do bring it up to them, look, just like when he condemned the El Paso shooter, there's an excuse that's always going to be made. Well, he didn't do it fast enough, or he didn't do it the way we wanted to, or he didn't bring up gun violence. You know, there's always going to be something.
Reveal.
The dude can't win, right? And it doesn't matter. I just hope that, he continues to do what he does. He condemns this shit. Donald Trump, I don't believe is a racist. I mean, this is a guy that nominated the first female black woman to the position, the rank of general. Okay, that doesn't sound like a person who hates black people to me. Doesn't matter how many women he's hired in his past. Anyways, whatever. My point being, one, Google's still fucking with people, okay? Just, they're trying to frame people's thoughts. They're trying to change them and mold them so that they can push their agenda. And people have to resort to Yahoo to get what the search results that they're looking for. Because Google is so set on painting Trump badly. And secondly, people seem to forget that Trump has been doing this condemnation of racists for a very long time. And no matter how many times he does it, it's never going to be good enough, right? So, fuck it, man. I don't know.